Hey everyone, so it is the night between Tuesday and Wednesday. It is short to 1 a.m. I have to go to bed because tomorrow I have to leave the house at 12 to go to therapy, and after I come back from therapy, Ellie has agreed to go to the piercer with me. Hopefully my jewelry will be there finally. Even if not, I'm gonna get my tongue pierced tomorrow. And because there's a very fair chance that my tongue is gonna swell, and by fair chance I mean definitely, I'm just gonna pre-record the audio. Is that cheating? Maybe. But I kinda know what I want to say, so I'll be okay. Obviously, I don't know yet if it's gonna hurt, if I'm even gonna feel it, but I can say a couple other things. Like, for example, when I got my dot pierced, I was very nervous because it is cartilage, and I've never gotten anything pierced. I have 2 pairs of earrings, but they were shot, which is very fast. So even though I think I remember that hurt, I don't remember what exactly it felt like. I don't remember the feeling of pain. What I remember mostly is the bang of the gun. Might mean it was too traumatic to remember. I don't know. Kind of worried about that. So when I got this pierced, for a long time Maddie thought I was gonna chicken out because I am very sensitive to pain. And Maddie filmed it. The needle, I didn't, and I'm glad I didn't because I would have chickened out if I had. Mila, who is the piercer in that studio, there's her and another guy named Peter, I think. I'm not sure. Mila did my piercing, and I absolutely adore her. She is the sweetest human being I have met in so long. She's so positive and friendly and lovable. And she did the piercing, obviously, beforehand. She explained a bunch of stuff to me, and conditions, and how to care for it, and all that jazz. And I paid 40 euros to get the piercing done, including aftercare and a second piece of jewelry. So Mila did my piercing, and she was absolutely adorable. If my jewelry is there tomorrow, then I'm gonna get my third piece of jewelry, technically speaking, because I came in a bunch of times to get the second piece of jewelry, and each time it wasn't there, and Mila felt so guilty that she still gave me another one. But since this is not at all what we had in mind, she still said that I would get that piece of jewelry that we ordered, or at the very least something similar. I also went there with Taylor, which I've talked about before this month, and Taylor got her helix pierced, and it went really well. I got to watch this time, and it was very quick. Like, for me, since it's like in the shell of the ear, it's kind of hard to reach, so she had to go around a curve, so it took a little bit of time to actually get it done, but like get through it and get the jewelry in and stuff like that. That was a little bit more complicated. But since Taylor got her helix pierced, it was like needle in, out of the tube, cut the tube short, jewelry in, and it was done. Literally, that's how fast it went. I was honestly kind of in awe next to it. And on Monday, when Florian and his boyfriend came over to give my hair a little bit of a trim, we also went by there because Alex, Florian's boyfriend, wanted to get his lip pierced, and so we went there spontaneously to do that. And that also went really quick, and although his eyes were watering, he and Mila both explained that it wasn't the pain that made you cry, but that it was more like when you pluck your eyebrows. The pain isn't that bad, but it still makes your eyes water. It's like this reflex reaction. If you live in Germany or somewhere around the vicinity of Freiburg in Baden-Württemberg, and you want to get a piercing done, definitely go to Rattattoo. I will put a link in the description and maybe in the info cards if the link is approved by YouTube. Might not be, so check the description. And I just really look forward to tomorrow and getting my tongue pierced, because I've wanted to get my tongue pierced for ages, probably like 10 years. I've wanted to get my tongue pierced ever since, okay, so when I was in my early teens, my mom watched Sex and the City when it first aired on German TV. I think that's when it first aired on German TV. And there was this one episode that was the land of the 20-something guys or something like that. Valley of the 20-something guys. And in that episode, Carrie meets this man in his 20s called Sam, and he just makes her feel very young and stuff. And at some point, she just met him, right? And he was like, I'm gonna tell you a secret, and he sticks out his tongue and shows her that he has a piercing in his tongue. And she goes, it must be weird to kiss someone with that. And he just goes, well, why don't you find out? And ever since then, I must have been like 13, maybe 14 at most. Since then, I was like, I want to know. I really want to know. I want one of those. I'm going to try and have Ellie film the whole piercing process. I really hope that they won't use those tweezers, that Mila's not going to use those tweezers, because everyone who talked about those tweezers, whether it was online or Florian and Alex, all of them said that the tweezers were what hurt the most, and that was basically the only thing that hurt, because piercing it in itself, they barely felt it. So I'm like, I don't want the tweezers. I'd rather not have any tweezers, because so far I haven't seen her use those tweezers.
I have a hole in my tongue.
I'm gonna try and have soup. That works! Great. And I didn't hit it on the spoon. The hardest thing about swallowing isn't so much that it's in the way, it's mostly that I keep getting scared that I will swallow the barbell along with it. So, THs are getting better. The is much easier to say now. But L's are so painful. If I'm still talking like this tomorrow, I'm gonna have to ask Maddie to do me a voiceover, because this is ridiculous. So here I am. I'm back from the pieces. As you can see, I can still say S sounds. I can also do Z and L sounds with no problem. TH is a little bit hard right now because the barbell is kind of in the way. Because for a TH, my tongue needs to do this, and the barbell is right here, like that upper ball, so it kind of hits against it. That's not very comfortable. Swallowing is a bit hard with the barbell in the way, because it's that huge. But I find that if you fill up your mouth with something to drink, that's a lot of TH sounds. If you try to fill up your face hole full of fluids, then that makes it a lot easier to swallow. I went to get ice cream with Ellie, which for me meant that I had it in a little cup instead of a cone. The spoon was not a good idea. The spoon was kind of hard, but at some point I just started licking it out of the cup. That worked, and at some point it started melting so that I could just drink it out of the cup. However, licking it was fine. Drinking it, the ice cream hit the barbell and was so cold that the upper ball got really cold, and it sort of like stung all the way through my tongue. At some point I tried to drink it like under my tongue so that it wouldn't freeze the barbell. But then it hit my teeth, and my teeth are very, very sensitive to the cold, so that wasn't a good idea. I also had a Frappuccino, which is now just juice, because it's molten. The barbell is so long, if I close my mouth, it's like this. The piercing itself didn't hurt much. I did feel that she did not use clamps, she did not use tweezers or anything. She said that the tweezers actually make it hurt so much more with any piercing. She only uses the tweezers for a navel piercing because that's just, you can't really reach that without the tweezers. The feeling of piercing it itself felt like I was biting my lip, like, you know, when you bite your lip with insane intensity and you're just like, why did I just do that? Why was I even chewing so hard? And that's kind of what it felt like, except it was gone as fast as it came. Whereas when you bite your tongue, usually the pain stays for a while. I can feel my tongue swelling at the moment. It is swelling a bit. Swallowing is hard. That's the number one reason why I'm speaking with a slur, is because my mouth is basically full of saliva. It feels like muscle sores in your tongue. I love it. I'm absolutely in love with it. And I love that mostly I can talk pretty much normally. Like, the way I'm talking right now, if I did, if I had like a hard-boiled piece of candy in my mouth beforehand, I would have talked exactly like this. So that's nice. I can just, if my mom is like, you sound weird, what's happening? I can just go like, oh, I'm sucking on a sweet. Anyhow, if you liked this video, found it in any way informative, please tell me by leaving a like down below. If you want to see more of my veg, then please subscribe to my channel, and I will see you again tomorrow. Bye!